Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. There's no need to wait. Everybody's already showing up. Why not? Hit that live button and let's do it. How y'all doing today? Hi, Rosemary, Lindaville, Cookie. Cookie, I shared that information with somebody else that let's cut me down over here. Yes, we don't want to hear of over here. But yes, I had to share it with somebody. It's nice to educate folks so that they know. I mean, don't be out here flip flopping in the street and you don't know. And when you know and you still choose to want to do it, hey, that's on you. But anyways, my desk, I decided to leave it just like it was from last night. Let y'all know that what I did with my watercolors, I did with some of the things after we finished. Hey, Zal, how are y'all doing? I feel like I've been on this computer all morning. Started out with Miriam and then with PMR Studio, try to take a nap. My shirt says today I'm part of the nap ministry. Or no, it's take a nap. Nap means necessary applied peace. But it didn't work. I got hungry. Nobody was here to feed me. And that suck. Doesn't that suck? Okay, this one hit live. All right, so we're live over here. Boom. And then this one, close that so I can see my analytics and my chat. Ooh, we're ready. We're good. Don't have coffee because it was a little warm, so I got water, which is what I need. But today we're going to be painting some sky, maybe halfway. I don't know. Who knows? Y'all know when I do these thumbnails, I have it in my mind like, yeah, I'm going to do that. But I don't feel blue. Skies are blue. But then I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm living vicariously through color. So skies can be whatever color I want it to be, right? And it can. So there's never anyone here. Without, even when somebody is here, they're always looking to me to feed them. I'm just saying. I won't call no names. But sometimes people bring food when they come because I tell them I don't want to cook. Yeah, I don't. I like cooking when I want to cook. Most of the time when I want to cook, I don't want to cook. I don't. And today was one of those days, y'all. I got in the car and went and got some fried chicken, some baked beans, and some potato salad. Sure did. It was storming where I had to go. And when I got back here at the house, the sun has been out. It don't look like a drop dropped anyway. I was like, well, dude. So these weren't watercolor. These were just gel prints. That was watercolor. That had a little bit of watercolor in the background. That didn't. That didn't. That's just gel printing fun, which are beautiful. As you can see, I'm going to take my flowers. I took my flowers and I'm going to turn this into a background for a card because it was on the gel plate. So I think it's got Christy Hartman in the backdrop. But yeah, and then I try not to take a nap during the day because then I won't be able to, sleep at night. And I don't like not being able to sleep. But y'all know Mr. McCoy snores. He don't have no problem sleeping. And look at this one. This is on that deli paper and pulled it, put some color, sprayed some spray on it, and then stamped on it and then embossed it. Turned out very, 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 very pretty. Oh, let me put my do not disturb on. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, and then today, because today is Sunday, I look at Sean Petty. I think that's her name. I think that's how you pronounce it. And she does a Sunday, every Sunday, a video. So I'm still praying for her heart because she lost her daughter a couple months ago. So praying for her navigation as she navigates through the next. was talking about today how her art is changed since her daughter's death. And I was like, yeah, I can relate to that. Totally can relate to that. All right, where's another one? This one, that one has watercolor on it. Of course, this one, yeah, no, that's my fave. And that one with my flowers, that's gel print. That's gel print with some texture paste on it, but not for today. Okay. Hello. So for my members, I'm gonna have to check the calendar because we're meet 1, 2, 3 next week, next Sunday. But I'm gonna have to check the time for when we meet. And then I'm gonna probably have to do my live after we meet. That's what I'm probably gonna do because PM Artist Studio comes on in the morning. And then I don't want to do anything before us because then, things get good. And then it's like, oh, you gotta stop. So I think I'll do something, do my World Watercolor Month live after my member Zoom meetup. You might be like, well, what you talking about there, girl? Well, here, if you're part of my membership on Create Joy Studio, Slide and Paint on Paper, over here we meet on the third. It's seeming to be on the third Sunday of every month. That's our monthly meetup for our Zoom. We have a Zoom in person, Zoom, about as in person as we can get, because Paula K's in Barbados, right? And we get on there and then we chat it out or learn some things together, talk about some things, whatever. We do a little recording for those that can't join because we have some folks that can't join live, but I do a little bit of team replay when I'm teaching because sometimes we have conversations and we don't want it recorded. So when we have those personal conversations, the first hour is really dedicated to if I'm going to be teaching. And after that, it's free form. Look, you're responsible if you come outside of that Zoom and give out information, I'm going to say you're just not a bad member mate. But so far, we've been good. We ain't had no issues. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Let me get that wiggle on. I preps. Hi, Zai, is that you? All right, let's see. I feel like I missed something. Cookie he cleans and he goes however he wants to handle that. Oh, wait a minute. What I miss? Oh, I got to go back. Did I miss all that? No. We started talking about food. There's never, right? My sister will take care of me a little bit soon. That's right, Zal, because you'll be going to Chicago. Zal, I would rather vote for him to clean up. I don't want to be cleaning up behind someone else's cooking. Well, I won't even talk about that. I'll just be happy if somebody else cooks. I can clean up, but just be happy if somebody else cooks. So that's why I like going to iPrep's Custom Creations kitchen. She cooks. She cooks breakfast, and then she'll be like, "What we gonna eat?" And then if she doesn't cook dinner, she'll go get dinner. Mixed media mess. Hello. Looks like I missed a bunch of lovely prints. Actually, you didn't. I'm just getting started. I kind of got sidetracked. I try to give it a little bit so everybody can get the notification. Once I get my notification, because I came on a little early. So, a little early. So, I didn't start anything, but I was trying to clean up my desk from my playtime last night with my gel plate. Mm-hmm. Because watercolor. That didn't have. That's from the gel plate. Squiggle, squiggle, wiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Hey, Julie Parker. Freeman. Let's see. Da, 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 da. I was trying to see if Freeman was it Alma? Amanda. Thank you. You see me over here struggling. I was going to just Freeman and say, what do you want to be called? So, Amanda, welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper so that we can heal one brushstroke at a time. Y'all, I have not even got my water out. I feel like I just came to the studio because it's Sunday. I don't usually be in the studio on Sunday. I have my laptop either on the porch. It was too freaking hot to be on the porch, so I was in the living room. Me and Blake. And so I need to pull, I got everything else. Brush, water, paper. We're gonna do some circles today. I found some paper. So yesterday when I was sharing with Graham, I still have some of these papers. This right here, we slapped some watercolor on here. I did some on here yesterday. And then I did watercolor on here yesterday with my stencil. So where you see this stencil design, that's with watercolor. It turned out so beautiful. Hey, Carla, how are you doing today? Everybody take a deep breath. Hello again, everyone. I need to grab coffee, figure out what I need to work on. Yes. Can't leave this place a mess before I leave. Zal, when do you leave? Like my aunt's birthday, my uncle's birthday is today, and my aunt's birthday is Saturday or Sunday next week. This was stamped, a little bit of watercolor, not a lot, but just kind of playing around with my flowers just last night. Again, watercolored base. It was a watercolor base, and then I put some paint on the gel plate and popped this over it. That turned out real good. So if you use your gel plate and you don't know how to deal with like watercolor, don't worry about it. Just do a background, certain color, and then you can do something like this. And then you can come back later and paint over it if you want to. Then there is this one. We had the blue background. Again, just popped it on gel plate. Same, same, same. Julie Parker, you having a challenge with, okay, I set myself a half this morning separating the acetate stickers from their backing. Win it. This one, we can come in and paint all of this watercolor. Same, had background. This one, stamp my flower on here, put a little paste on there. That went over it with the watercolors. Hey, Ava Lee. That was watercolor, so the little color. And then I sprayed it. I used my Tim Holtz, this right here, put that up there and ran some paste through it for both of these. So that worked out. And then just went across it with a watercolor brush. So that did pretty good. I like that. And then stamp. I did some stamping. You know, you know. Same. Did a little watercolor in there. If you can see, Christy Hartman's flower is yellow. That's with watercolor there. That's with acrylic. So this is like a mixed media tag. Wednesday, I will miss you that day because I will be on a plane. That's fine. Listen, we're here. We're here on this channel every day for this month, and I'm grateful. Zal, listen, I hope you have fun. I really, really do. Um, I don't know why you sent me that. Oh, wait, hit. Oh, okay. There we go. Got it. Just like, wait, what was the meaning of that? Y'all know I have to have a meeting. Hi, Lydia. Happy Sunday. So happy Sunday, everybody that's coming in. Everybody, I got my notification, so everybody should have gotten a notification if they hit that notify me or if they're subscribed to the channel. If they're not, then hopefully everybody hit the thumbs up button and hopefully YouTube will let everybody know we are live in the studio where we're going to be slapping some paint on some paper for my joy. I need to oomph up my joy. My peace is 100. My joy, yeah, it's hit or miss. I had to get off of sorry, my grandkids are here. Hello, grandkids. How are y'all doing? Is the track star there? We're here. We're here for the grandkids. We like all that. I always do. I will be with yes, I like that. I'm an only child. I'm an only child my mother had. My dad had two other girls, so technically I'm an only child. So when my kids be going through their stuff, I don't get it. I don't understand. Mm-mm. And most of my friends are they have siblings. I don't have like too many friends that have that are only children. And most of the time it's like, well, only children are selfish. And I'll be like, well, I didn't get time to become selfish because I started having kids and I got 7 of them. So there's no selfish. I got grown, and I'm being selfish now. So I'm going into my selfish phase now as an adult. I get to pay to be selfish. So this one, I like the way this one came out, and I didn't do these. But that's just another example of kind of what you can do when you slap some paint on some little cards or whatever. I don't want that one in there. And I have to send out birthday cards tomorrow. 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 Jennifer. Hello. Technically, my son is an only child in the same way as you. Yeah. You know, Papa's be them Rolling Stones. They drop them babies. And it's fine. It's fine. Ask me if I care. Don't. But I tell you what, when you if you know some of my children, you would think, well, let me not put that. If you knew one of my children, just one, you would think she was an only child. It's like we went to the same church, and then when people would see, it's like, oh, that's your mama. It's like, yeah. Be like, but that's her mama. Be like, yeah. Wait, and then her siblings be like, yeah. Oh, I didn't know. I was like, yeah. And she still sometimes get like that. She says, you're my mama. And then it's like, the rest of them be like, mama said. She's like, my mama said. It's like, oh. Or when they get mad, it's like, yo, mama said. Oh, I did watercolor on this one too. So this one is watercolor and acrylic paint on the gel plate. So I had some fun last night just seeing what we can do. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. This is what we're gonna do today. I think it's dry enough. But I put some what's that stuff? Watercolor grounds on here. So I'm gonna paint on here as well. I think it's cool being an only child to a certain extent, but it's just you miss so much. You miss so much. I think being a parent of 7 children. And then we got 2 bonus children that popped in there. So they're everybody is part of family. There's no separation. If we were to all get together, the only way you would know that me and my bonus children are not like really, really are my children is because somebody would say so. Other than that, you wouldn't know. Because there's no steps. Oh, that I bumped that. Sorry, y'all. I don't do stepchildren. Just they're my bonus children. Ones that I didn't have to birth. All right, let's go down a little bit because that looks a little high. Let's come in just a smidge. There we go. I like that better. So if you were on PMR Studio this morning, I think Josh did a great job. I do. I thought it was so cute that he flips and flops with his hair the same way Mariah does. They talked about their hair. Must be a family thing. Must come from the other side because P don't care. She have a hat on. Or she just be like, she ain't worried about it. Just let's talk about this paint. Let's talk about what I'm doing. I'll just sit back and laugh. Cookie said, I am willing to sell my sister if anyone needs an extra family member. High maintenance, but a great person to cheer you on. Well, I can't speak for that, but I can say as the mother of one, I got one of those. Sound like I got one of those. High maintenance, I got one of those. But she always says she pays for her maintenance. So she don't be wanting nobody to talk about her maintenance. I just be like, whatever. I don't need all that stuff no more. I don't worry about it. Let's see. Okay, for those that are here, and if this is your first time here with me, I am Karen McCoy, and welcome, welcome, welcome to World Watercolor Month 2026, Sunday Fun Day in the studio. Normally, I am here only on Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is my normal schedule. But for World Watercolor Month, I am here every single day until the end of the month. That's how it is. And today we're going to celebrate with World Watercolor Month. We're going to kind of paint the sky, but I'm going to kind of do a little bit on one, but I want to do a flower because this is just a wood block that I got. So, but I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to make it perfect. I just wanted to see with putting the watercolor grounds on it, what it was going to work out. So, Sunday Funday is about me giving myself permission to experiment a little bit and create something that's going to make my heart happy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to give you permission to do today, right now. If you've been stressing all day or people been pulling at you all day, just go sit in the corner or close the door to your room, your studio, or somewhere that you can just tell people, hey, just give me this time. And I promise you, after this, I'll be all yours. But right now, I just need to hang out with Karen for a minute, just a minute, maybe like 90 minutes, maybe, I don't know. Let's say 60 is 120. So maybe for 120 minutes. How about that? And then tell them just so you can hone in on your piece and it'll make you a better person. Tell them you got to choose your color. So we're going to splash on some paint. Whatever you need to tell them, just tell them I said to give you 120 minutes. That's what I'm asking for, 120 minutes. Genetic. Mr. Harzal was diagnosed with MS about the time we thought about a child of our own. He said if it was genetic, okay, he wasn't passing it on. Me and Mr. McCoy wasn't trying to have none. That was the first question. Do you want more kids? He kind of tossed it around a little bit. I said, He's like, well, do you? No. Every chance I got, I reminded him I'm the mother of seven. I gave him plenty of opportunity to get away, go, run, whatever he wanted to do. I'm the mother of seven children. You still here? Oh, okay. I wanted something. What did I want? I turned around for something and I forgot. Oh well. Let's get this watercolor brush and let's get it on. Did I say hey to Darcy? Darcy, I was on your channel. I'm gonna be making me some tickets. That's all I'm saying. Tickets. If y'all haven't seen, go over and check out Darcy's video. Trying how to make tickets just out of just regular paper. I was just like, I never thought about making tickets with the hole punch. Never thought about that. Oh, it's hot and it's not hot, but it seemed like it just got a little warm. And I'm not drinking coffee, I'm drinking water. All right, let's see how this goes. And my watercolor grounds is Daniel Smith. Watercolor browns is it's Daniel Smith, and this one I realize is pearlescent white. It's not the gesso white. So this one is pearlescent white. Because you know Daniel Smith comes in these the grounds come in all kinds of colors, right? Just in case you didn't know. Mr. Clean Eraser. Doo-doo. Yeah, but they're wood. So I got them from the dollar store. I was trying to debate if I was gonna take this off or not. I think I got them from the dollar store when it was Christmas time because it has this tag on it. I don't know. But we're doing a little experiment. Y'all know I experiment every now and then. So I put it on last night, and you're supposed to give it 24 hours to dry. So I figure from the time I put it on yesterday to now, it should be okay. If not, then y'all are gonna learn. Give it 24 hours, but it feels like it's dry. Feels like it's dry. So today, as we choose this experiment, I'm gonna hone in my joy, my peace, and most definitely my creativity. Let's see, what are you? And I'm using my Daniel Smith watercolors. So let's see. Everybody hold your breath, like hold your breath now. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Ooh, oh my goodness. Lucy, would you just look at that? Oh my Lord, that is beautiful. Went on there just like it feels just like it's a piece of paper. Oh my word. Let's put some more on there and see if we get a look at that. Oh my Lord. I see some wood watercolors coming in the near future. Look at that. Anybody, if you've used watercolor grounds on something other than paper, let me know in the chat. Let's see, let's put that right there and just kind of pop something right there. Slapping paint. Look, it's not on paper right here, but it's we slapping paint. Oh, I like that. Like that. Oh, that's beautiful. We gonna leave room for some leaves. Would you look at that? This is wood. So I can tell that the watercolor grounds is like a sheet over the wood. That's exactly what it looks like, what it feels like. Like slapping it down here on here. When I say on here, I mean like on here. Actually, I feel the paper because this is cold press. This feels like it's kind of smooth. Just kind of go right there, put more pigment there, come down there. Look at that. I like it. I can't learn how to do another thing right now. Unfortunately, I am on the verge of overwhelm as it is. I'm rethinking the storage for these Aztec stickers. Too hard to pick up off the silicone mat. No, nothing about that. They just left. I can concentrate. Okie dokie. I hope you enjoyed them. I know you did, Avalie. Carla says, I made a Dollar Tree stop last week. They were out of almost everything crafty. But they did have those little spray bottles we like, bunches of them. I got 4. Oh yeah, we need them spray bottles. Um, this is gonna change a game for me. Now I'm gonna do something different. We're gonna let that dry. Since we're gonna do skies, I'm gonna do kind of maybe like I don't know. We got blue over here. Avalie, sometimes when I the closest I got to grandchildren living in the same city as me is when I lived in Colorado. Um, but even still, they didn't visit that much. Now, I feel like if I perhaps Azalea was in the same city or my other ones that's in Texas were in the same city, I'm quite sure I'd probably see them every day. I'd probably be number one on the parent pickup list. I like that. Blue skies. But so Zal, here's the thing. Don't make no sprays until you come back. Because if I'd thought about it, I could have just sent you a spray bottle with your mail. I really could have done that. Because I made what, I think 8 of them. It's not like I'm going to use them all. Remember, I told you I got all that daggum red dye over there? I feel like I need to have some kind of project to do. There we go. Look at that. We painting on wood, y'all. So you can get, I think it said you can put on anything except, there was an except on here, but listen, that writing too little right now. I have to get my glasses on. But I know you can put it on wood. I think you can't put it on glass. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Don't quote me. Just know right now we're doing wood with this experiment, and I like it. That's a sky. I'll kind of go down, keep putting it in there because I like it. I can make anything like that right now. I would definitely hope to get to the sprays when I get back. I am still trying to figure out how to get my words on the walls. Ah, gotcha. Evelisa, I told my husband, as smart as he is, that he could find a law office anywhere. I would move wherever they are. Oh, yeah. Hey, I did. Yeah, see, Carla, that's the thing. Once they get that age, and that's where I would say the first 7, that's where they are now, all of them, because my oldest grandson is 17. And it's not that he doesn't want to hang out with me or do whatever. Like, I feel like he would come and hang out if we could go somewhere and I say go somewhere. I feel like he would. It's not that. But I believe if they had the choice to choose their friends or hanging out with their granny, I believe they would. But I don't know. I'm a cool granny, so I don't know. But I will agree with your caller. Once they get that age, once they get that certain, like right now, I feel like Azalea loves hanging out, and I think she'll always kind of, because she's a crafty. But I don't know. We'll see. And my oldest granddaughter, she was supposed to come for the summer. I haven't heard from her, but I think she's running. She does track or doing some extracurricular. But it's okay. It's okay. They'll be back. This is what I've learned. They'll be back. And if they don't, we still love them. You know? It's okay. You can put it on glass, but not fabric. Is that what it is? Fabric? I feel like it was something else that it said on here when I read it. But I like the fact that you can put watercolor on anything. I mean, you put the watercolor grounds on anything, and then they kind of, that's just pretty cool. So let's go in. I'm going to put leaves on here. And then I'm probably going to put blue because we're doing, well, let's paint this one. Let's put the leaves on here. I am loving this. I just like learning something new. Now, will I do it all the time? Probably not. Now, I will say I learned that daggone with that paste, what Rhonda was doing. Oh, I'm over here slapping paste all the time. I was slapping gesso down last night. I had to make myself get out of here because I was having too much fun. Let's put that right there. Kind of poke that out. Boop, boop, right there. Doo, doo. Put a little bit more right there. That is very much so beautiful. Oh, yes. There we go. So to y'all know we were talking about movies the other day. And there the other movie that I like is oh Lord, Catch Me If You Can. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, let's let that dry. Now let's come over here because it's a landscape. We're gonna come and let's do green. Let's put some green down. Let's wake that green up. Put it right there. Go in that green. Mix these greens. So how's everybody's Sunday doing? The ones that I literally haven't been hanging out with all morning because some of us we started out this morning this way. Just kind of make that like trees, kind of let the brush do its thing. Has anybody seen anybody's YouTube that's doing something very, very different with watercolor during World Watercolor Month? I've been looking. I haven't seen anything different. It's, flowers, backgrounds, the usual. There is a lot of videos or a lot of people participating in World Watercolor Month. It seems like every year it's a lot. It's more. Like I just keep scrolling and scrolling and just like, oh, this is cool. So I like watching people create. I like it when it's live, but I like it when it's a good video. You know, like I say, I like lives because I like hanging out, meeting new people in the chat. That's always fun. Look at that. Can look on here, can y'all see you still see what do you call it? The lines. It is, and it's pearlescent. Oh, Avalee, I used this Daniel Smith watercolor grounds, and this one is pearlescent. So it's not the regular gesso. This one is pearlescent white. So let me show you what it looks like. Barbara Thomas, hello. Look at that. It's so pretty. All right, let's let that dry. This right up Barb's alley. Barbie, check this out. It's painting on wood. It's watercolor. Look at that. We're gonna let these dry. And I'm gonna go on something else that isn't. We're gonna go over this. Let's play around with this. Now we're not gonna be able to use it, right? And don't use your good brushes for this. Use your brushes that were, meant for mixed media. Don't use your good brushes. This not a good brush, but it's a brush. So we're gonna take this and I'm just gonna try to just because I want you to see what it looks like when it comes out. This is the pearlescent. Isn't that pretty? All right, sure, I need to get over here. All right, so I can make sure it's in the technology. I don't have nobody telling me to push it back, move it forward, like P does with Mariah. All right, I'll lay it down. Guess that'll be about enough, but see that shimmer? I think it's so pretty. We just got done with barbecue. Piper has been asking to watch you. We watched the other day and she wants to see you from beginning to end. Aw. Well, hello, Piper. Piper, are you there? Seems like I remember the day that Piper was born. It's just we've been here for so long together. Babies being born, lives being renewed. And I'm not going to worry about it going in my flower. We're not worrying about that because we're just going to come back and we're going to slap some paint on it. Look at that. All right, I don't think I have to wait 24 hours for this to dry, but I'm also going to pay attention till it's 5:30 and I put this on and I'm going to see. We're going to see. And this is regular cardstock too. So let's take, because we're doing these experiments. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm going to use these things I already got out because we're going to mix them up. This one has watercolor. Remember I said I did watercolor on this one with the stencil, but I don't know. We're just gonna put them on. Just slap it down. Slap it. Take it. Rub it down. Oh no. Crystal is still in my head every time you say something. That song just gotta come. I like the shimmer. I just love the shimmer. I'm quite sure that's why I got the pearl. Hi, Pika. She calls you Miss Karen. Oh, that's so cool, Piper. I'll be your Huckleberry. What movie? Who knows what movie that's from? But Catch Me If You Can. It's with the guy that played on Gilbert Grape. That was another one of the movies. So when I got off, I was just thinking about these movies. And Gilbert Grape, I've seen oodles of time. All right. Okay, that's that. So now I'm going to stick this in some other. Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's him. That be the guy. That bees him. All right. What are we gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna brush this. So whatever you do, whatever brush you use for putting this, make sure you clean it out instantaneously. I do know it said that. Don't let it sit. I don't know what'll happen. I don't want to know. So putting it right in there. But look at that water. Oh, that's even pretty. All right, let's put this over there because I don't want to put my other brushes in it. So let's get some fresh water. But that movie, that was a good movie. And I'm waiting to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. Will not be going to the movies. I think I saw that it's for rent now. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer because I'm not paying the rent price either. Because you might as well buy it. Look at that. Okay. That kind of feels a little. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave it alone. We can do it tomorrow. This one also has a little watercolor in it too, with the stencil. I was playing with some things yesterday, just having fun. All right, let's put top back on it. Just wanted to share that is what I did with that one. I can't think of the name of the movie, but I know Val Kilmer said, "I'll be your Huckleberry." That's it. Carla got it. Ah, Tombstone. Yes. I love that movie. So I'll be your Huckleberry. Like, well, all right then. That was a good movie. He played a very good part too. And yesterday I did a little test, y'all. 'Cause you know I told y'all I didn't like movies that, all the shoot 'em up bang bangs. But um John Cena and Idris Elba have a movie out. And I was just like, well, John Cena is the president of the United States and Idris Elba is the um UN, United Nations Prime Minister. Is that what it is, Cookie? How you, whatever, what I think is what y'all president is. It's called different. And so got into the movie. When I tell you, it's just like, oh my God, why is all this shooting in this movie? But they were so funny. It was a different kind. It was a comic. Like it was comedy. It wasn't tragedy kinda. It was just funny. So I looked at that and I said, well, I'll have to let the people know that I did good on that. I watched it all yesterday. And it was a good movie last evening. And it's I don't know what I can't remember what it's called. I feel like what was it called? Um Heads of States. Yes, Zell, that's it. Heads of States. Thank you. Okay, so yes, it is Prime Minister. Okay. Now, it was a good movie, and of course, they did a good job in the movie together, and with the girl, I don't know her name. So, if you need a new movie update, go watch that one. It's not a bad one. I handle it. I didn't cry, because I told y'all sometime um, the movies be rough on a sister, but that one made me laugh. It made me laugh, had me laughing. All right, so I'm gonna do. Let's finish these papers because I have these papers for because we're doing the sky. Now, when you look up at the sky, remember what we said, we're living vicariously through color. So the sky doesn't necessarily have to be blue, right? Because that's what I was like. I don't want a blue sky. So I'm going to start out with, we're going to kind of put that there, get some of this, and then put some of that. Mix it up a little bit. That might have been too much. And if it's too much, no worries. Put that somewhere else. Yeah, see there we go. And we're gonna tip in because it's like a night sky. The sun's kind of going down. You got that orange where the sun is over the sky, kind of. That's what I want. Not dark sky. Hi, Carol. How are you? Ah, that's who was in. That's her name, Priyanka. Oh yeah, I can't pronounce all that. Jonas. Carla says, my neighbor is a descendant of one of the Earp brothers. Really? She was angry about something. I told her to tell them she was coming and bringing hell with her. Hey, right? I thought it was like good. I like that. And then another one I like was it's just this like on the she's it's a since takes place in Egypt, I think. And tick 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 tick, they're on the horses, and she's like tick 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 tick. She's a whatever the digging people is that go mummy. She's like tick tick tick. That one's all right too. Y'all had I went down my DVD collection because I want to know. Oh, and What Women Want, that one. I had to watch it. So before the live, I was looking at Ocean's 11. So I've been looking at Ocean's 11 all morning because it started out with Ocean's 11, 12, 13, and I had not seen, I think, 12. The first one where Julia Roberts was in it. I don't think I've seen that one all the way through. So today I got to see it all the way through. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And wait, how many oceans is it? Is it 11 or is it 10? 9? How many is it? Y'all tell me. A movie I never get tired of watching is Proposal. Yes, Proposal by Sandra Bullock for sure. For sure. especially with Betty White. It's like, you're a freak. Got me out here with my grandma. And well, she said to make music. So to the window, to the wall. I did a little research on where that house is, and it was very interesting. The filming of that, how they brought all of that together. Okay, we got the orange and a little blue, because that's what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling a blue sky, but we want a little blue. And let's get a little of this one. We got the morning. See what we get when we mix that with that. Make a little funny funs. You watched the proposal last night while I was in the studio. That's a good movie. I like all the movies with her in it. Sandra Bullock is just good. Okay. All-time love movie. What's your favorite all-time love movie? Mine is Notebook. I know if Eddie was here, he'd probably be like, hell no, nope. But I have a movie that he referred that I have not finished watching, but Notebook is my all-time favorite. Okay, I think it's Ocean's 11 through 13, so three movies. Then a female. Yeah, I like the female version with oh my goodness, whatever their names is. The female version of it, like her, she was the what's her name? She was his sister. So yeah, and they robbed the Met. Um, God, is it? Wait, why are we talking about Sandra Bullock? It's not Sandra Bullock, is it? Oh, P.S. I love you. That one made me cry. And Dear John. Yeah, Eddie would definitely be like, no, thank you. Eddie said, no love movies, no thank you. He bought like I am with no shoot 'em up, bang bang movies. No thank you. Get somebody else to do it. Let's put red in there. Just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know anybody that looked at P.S. I Love You and didn't cry. I cried too much, as a matter of fact. Let's put some of that one down there, make it go. Let's put a lot of pigment on this one. Down. There we go. I like mixing these colors up. My stepkids were worried about me reading the book. They thought I was. I didn't read the book. So is the book worse than the movie, or is it like make you sit up and be crying while you're reading the book? Okay, so it was Sandra Bullock. Okay, gotcha. Definitely, yep, Rihanna. That movie was it was good. It was done very well for I like everything about the movie for them to be girls. And then the way they came back in the show and everybody was looking like and Sandra Bullock and the one that plays in Devil Wears Prada, Hathaway, she was in it too. You cried every chapter? Okay, I don't need to read the book because the movie was enough. All right, let's come down here, make this one. I'm feeling this one. Let's let it be water. And then we can stamp turtles on it because we got turtles. Turtles, turtles, turtles. We get that far. There we go. As a matter of fact, when I was driving back home, there was a turtle in the road and I rode straight over it. I was like, now get out of the road. When I see turtles crossing the road, I'd be wanting to get out so bad and help them across the road. But I'll be messing with nature. Because if somebody run over him, it was meant for him not to be part of this system anymore. Somebody's like, well, I bet you don't do that with snakes. I bet I don't either. They get in the road. As a matter of fact, when me and Bernadette and Crystal was going to breakfast last Sunday, as a matter of fact, and there was a snake crossing the road. Now, you best believe I told Bernadette, I was like, oh, he got up under the car. We didn't get him. So I guess he gets to live another day or another whatever until he get got. So we're gonna put turtles on this one. Zal says, I don't know if I have a favorite love movie. I don't watch them a lot unless Breakfast at Tiffany counts. Breakfast at Tiffany's counts. But let me tell you, Breakfast at Tiffany, what's the other one where they're at the um it's kind of like Sleepers in Seattle, but the actual movie where they meet on the Empire State Building? I can't remember what that one is. Barb says they're making a sequel to Dirty Dancing. Really? Oh, when? Let's keep up with that one. They shouldn't do that, Barb. Nobody could ever be with Patrick's. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, how are you going to do that without Patrick? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Oh, man. I like wonder how they going to do that. I'm interested. I'm vested. All right. This one's orange. I think, listen, don't think. Just slap the paint down. Just slap it down. Put some blue back over here. Mix that up. Get a different kind of blue. It's going to follow a storyline of adult baby that has nothing to do. I'm quite sure that's the only way you can do it because he not there no more. Yeah, Dirty Dancing was a good movie. I never when you as a matter of fact, if we take that movie and just think about things today, the way things are go on now, like look at what people thought about music back then and look at how music has evolved so much. I don't know if I want to join. I think I will say, I don't know, maybe. I didn't grow up with music that had foul language in it, not like these kids today. Um, but I don't know. That looks very beautiful. Look at that. That looks good. That looks good. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Create Joy Studio. Today we're talking we're using the sky, whatever color you want, because the sky can be whatever color you want it to be. During World Watercolor Month, as we slap paint on paper, healing one brushstroke at a time. Because I'm over here creating my what do you call it? I have peace, but I'm creating more of joy. Because usually when I get a text message that someone wants my book and they want my book for a mother who has lost a child, that usually kind of takes a little bit of my joy and then makes my heart hurt. So that's how it was today. And not that I'm sad, but I'm also grateful that I've written a book that can help mothers navigate their, kind of give them my insight on the loss after my son. How was I going to start navigating life after his death? And slapping paint on paper, that's how all of this got started. Was just literally asking one question. God, how am I going to get my joy back? And along the journey, it's just been creating and slapping paint on paper, writing a book, crying, just accepting the fact that life happened and I have to deal with it. And how am I going to move forward with it? That's just how it's been. And I feel like the one thing I can offer a mother who have lost a child is to let them know if somebody tells you, well, sadness won't last always, it'll get better. It will get better. However, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And then it's going to get bad again. And then you're going to go 10 years and you're going to think, oh my God, why am I still going through this? It's 19 years after my daughter and granddaughter's death, and I'm still asking that question. Like, okay, I haven't resolved this. It's not that I haven't resolved it. It's the fact that when you've loved someone and when you've lost a child, when you lose a child, you've loved them from the conception pretty much. And then you birth them, and then you kind of, cradle and coddle them and raise them. And then one day they're gone, right? And then my daughter's daughter. So it's like I lost two. And then what, 12 years later to lose my son and be standing beside another casket, losing another child. So I had to get that out. So I wrote a book and I shared my emotions, my feelings of how I felt robbed of, not being able to really, really articulate how I was feeling at the time of his funeral and all the things. Because, for those that know, my son died his death was very, very public. And it was a time when instead of me trying to figure out how I was going to navigate his grief, I was just navigating how I was going to stay away from the public. So that kind of thing is hard. So when you come over here to Create Joy Studio, Slide and Paint on Paper YouTube channel, me as a grief artist, I don't only slap paint on paper for the joy of it, I slap paint on paper for healing. Every brushstroke, I'm healing. Every brushstroke makes me feel better. Every brushstroke either makes me want to scream or makes me smile. So then, as I was slapping paint on paper, now we got a whole new YouTube. So I don't scream because now I'm talking, sharing. Because God says, listen, if you trust me, I'll make your days greater. I know it hurt, but I got you. So I learned how to live with God as my pilot, not as my co pilot or anything like that. God is my pilot. And the days when I feel like I'm ready to just go and punch somebody in the face, that's the time when I get up in the morning, I'll be like, listen, Lord, I know you said that you'll never leave me and you'll never forsake me. Right now is one of those times where I need you to show up in me because I feel like I just want to stop breathing because my heart is hurting so bad, right? So when you have that kind of pain, I personally try to tell people find something to help you navigate the journey. Mine just happens to be I created a whole studio. This is evolved into a whole business. It's not something that I planned. It's not something that's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to turn my pain into purpose. No, I just started slide paint on paper, started on a Zoom call with Confident Canvas. Everything from there, it's like, Karen, what you doing? Oh, nothing, just over here sliding paint on paper. I didn't know what I was doing. It kind of looks something like this a little bit, but with acrylic. And so that's why I challenge you to take care of you. And if you've suffered loss, because a lot of people have suffered losses different. They haven't lost a child. They've lost a husband, they've lost a wife, they've lost a mother, they've lost sister, whatever your loss is, even the people who have lost a job and they're grieving that. Grief is anything that makes your heart hurt. Anything that makes your heart hurt. So for me, slapping paint on paper kind of helps me mend that a little bit and helping other mothers to navigate their journey if they choose me, like because some people choose to compact it. Some people choose to take the, as I say, what my grandmama always say, put on their big girl panties and just oh yes, the Lord is going to make a way. Oh yes, bless the Lord, I feel great and wonderful. I did that the first time. I did. And I almost lost my ever loving mind. 3 years, I was just out of sorts because I wasn't being honest with the person that mattered most, me. So, do you have to get out and tell the world, scream to the world? No, you do not. But what I want you to do, if you're on team replay or if you're in the balcony or if you're in the chat, I want you to be honest with yourself. If your heart hurts from grief, be honest and tell yourself. You ain't got to tell us, you ain't got to tell nobody. Just say, you know what? This hurt. And usually, when you tell yourself, when you accept the fact that you're hurting, that's usually when the navigation of how the journey is going to play out. That's usually when we kind of, can move on a little bit easier because we own up to the fact that we're hurting. And after my son's death, I said I was not going to take 3 years to get my sanity back. Because when I woke up from that thing, I was living in another country, married. I had a whole new thing going on. I was just like, what in the world? Don't make decisions. Not that my decisions were bad, but it's just like you need to play a role in every aspect of your life. And I just feel like some parts of my journey, I don't think I would have made the decisions if I wasn't grieving. Mr. McCoy always wonders if he was one of those decisions. Like, no, you were there, but I don't think we would have got married. Um, we would have gotten married, but the things that played out, and y'all been here long enough to know what played out on my wedding day, it wouldn't have happened. I would have been in my right mind, and I would have just, just had some words and said some things, or just it wouldn't have been that way. That's like when we go to Barbados with Paula K. I've already said it's by invitation only. I don't need everybody that was at my wedding. I don't need everybody there that was there the first time. I really don't. I don't. I feel like the people that have been on the Karen and William train, they'll be there. They are in our lives every single day, and they know, you know, and that's another thing. Grief kind of makes you feel guilty about things, and I'm walking that out. The last 2 3 years I've been walking out. I don't feel bad about saying no to some situations because it's for my peace, it's for my sanity. So yeah, I don't know what made me give that little spiel, but I felt it need to be said. It made my heart feel better, so hope it made y'all feel better. If you needed a little word. I feel like chat left me though. Let me back up. It's going to follow us to, okay, I read that. Then, okay, that. Oh, thank you for putting that in there, Cookie. Thank you. Carl says, I never voted, much less watched Dancing with the Stars with Jennifer Grey was on it. I never really looked at Dancing with the Stars. I still haven't seen Pride and Prejudice. I read the book Ever After with Drew Barrymore. Did I see Ever After? And Pride and Prejudice, I read the book and I think I looked at one of the versions because Pride and Prejudice, they have a lot of versions. I would tell you this Val, if you have BritBox, look at it on BritBox. Look at Pride and Prejudice on BritBox. I liked it better. But the book was good. Zal says, my mom passed away 21 years ago and hadn't cried in years. I cried like nobody's business this year. I did not expect that at all. Yeah, my dad's been gone now for 26 years. And I was driving down the road today. And when I tell you his voice just was in my ear singing, because he played the trumpet and he could sing like there was no other. And he had the smile that was just, oh my goodness, heavenly. I'm so happy I have his smile. 20 I ain't gonna say it hadn't been 26 years, but probably it's been a while. It's been a while. My kids lost a lot 26 years ago. They lost my dad in February, and then they lost their grandmother on their dad's side in September. So they suffered double that year. Bye, Barb and Piper. See you later. Um, yeah, seems like the dam broke. Yeah, I like it when you have a good cleansing. I do. We all travel the grief road differently. I don't know how anyone does it without faith. Carol, I talked to people because as a counselor before my son died. As a counselor, I did grief. I didn't do grief counseling, but I feel like a lot of the counseling I did was because of exactly what you said, but more so exactly what you said, Carol, and because people didn't want to acknowledge the fact that the grief was causing the problems. Grief can make or break a relationship. Um, and I can tell you, just me and Mr. McCoy ourselves, we grieve differently. He wants to compact and keep it in. And me, I just want to go outside. Well, I don't want to. I go outside and I scream it out. I have a shout party. I'd be in the studio and the dogs, they know it now. When I just get a good yell on or on, they just kind of howl and be like, "Oh, got you." Yeah, that's kind of like what it sounds like to me. They're like, "I got you." Or Boaz, if he's right next to me and I get that, if I'm trying to hold it in, he just pushes me down, literally pushes me down and kind of sits on my lap, kind of right next to me. And I rub him. And then usually I'll start crying and I'll get up and I'll start walking. And then he'll start running when we get outside. And then I'll start running with him. And next thing you know, I'm happy again. Hey, Graham. So I feel like it's doable because they do it. And I feel like people that don't, I feel like we all have faith in we just have faith differently. And remember, I told y'all don't ask a chair Are you sturdy? Can I sit in you? No, you just sit there. So everybody has faith. They just don't know they have faith. That's the way I look at it. Nobody asks the car when they get in the car, hey, you're not gonna break down on the way up the road, are you? No, they get in, they cut it on, and if it happened to break down up the road, they have faith and trust to call somebody that's gonna come and fix it. So I feel like when we talk about faith, we have to really identify. I know what faith you're talking about, Carol. We're talking about our faith in God. But even still, with that, I have faith in God. When my daughter died, but I still stood at the crossroads, and I was very angry. I was like, okay, I can go left, and I can go right, or I can go straight, or I can just stand here. And I did that for probably. I didn't move for probably like 4 hours. I remember I was in the hotel, and I remember sitting there, and I sat there probably until one of the girls came and asked me, had I eaten? I'm just like, no, should I? And when both of my children's died, I lost a lot of weight. Um, it was just trauma and tragedy on both with both of their deaths. And so with Joshua, I knew I wasn't going to take 3 years to do what I did with Tanika. So, in that sense, Carol, where you're talking about the faith, I knew then it's like, all right, God, you've brought me here again in my little angry, pissed off tone, right? Imagine, right? Talking. But in my prayer, I was just like, listen, dude, I mean, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm pissed off. I don't understand why I'm here. Like, what? Like, I went through it all. Went through all the stages. Then I cried, and then I accepted, and then I did it all over again, probably for like maybe 2 months. And then when I was sick and tired of being sick and tired or tired of crying, and because remember, I didn't start grieving my son's death until 2024, once the court stuff was all over with. And then I felt like I had to grieve the phone calls. I wasn't going to be talking to told the district attorney. I was like, I feel like I'm losing a relationship. We're not going to be talking anymore. So it was a lot to hang on to. But that faith that I had in God was every day that I got up and my eyes opened up. I knew God had more for me. And I was excited to see what that was. But I was also mad because once again, He chosen me to use my voice, to share my story, to encourage. I already knew where it was going. And a part of me got mad, part of me got angry. And that's why I tell you guys to own your stuff. If you're mad and you're angry, I mean, walk it out. It is only going to make you feel better. Anyway, it's going to make me feel better. So hopefully me sharing and me coming on YouTube, literally slapping paint on paper, um, sharing my journey, it blesses somebody. Usually after I do a spill like what I just did, I usually get emails or somebody send me a message to encourage me that I help them, and that makes my heart, makes it worth it. You know what I mean? Makes when I get up in the morning, the feet hit the floor. It's like, okay, God, if it's one or two people, it's still somebody that needed to be encouraged. Because at the end of the day, somebody encourages me. I have people that encourage me. Um, so I lost my mom in the beginning of 2006. I still have and use her dishwashing dispenser. Oh, I was never angry at God when my son died. I just couldn't pray, but I had others cover me. That's it, Carol. See, that is it. I think that's why Crystal and Bernadette, when I tell y'all we down like four flat tires stuck in the mud, the first time it was Bernadette has always been our glue. Crystal, she lost. Like my friends lost when I lost, right? And I lost. Not that I lost other people. It was just finally people came up to me. Maybe years later, we reconnected, and they were just like, "Karen, I just didn't know how to be a friend to you. I didn't know what to say to you. I didn't know what to do. So I chose nothing." And I said, "You did the best thing, because I would prefer somebody just do nothing instead of doing something that would just probably." Send me over. So I was okay with nothing. I was okay with nothing. Um, when Joshua, when at his funeral, Crystal and Bernadette got in the car and drove 12 hours straight. got off from work, got in the car. By the time they got there on Saturday, they came in just in time to walk in with the family at the funeral. You don't have friends like that. It means a lot to me when my friends show up in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Right? Granted, a lot of people can't get in the car and do that. A lot of people can't get off from work, especially if they're not related or whatever. But I do pay attention to when people do show up. When people showed up for us, I did pay attention. Right? So it's just one of the things. Grief is, it comes in all forms and people do it differently. And I just usually try to encourage mothers, because I can speak to a mother's heart, is don't lie to yourself and say that it doesn't hurt, or don't just try to compact it and make it seem like it didn't happen. Because Lord knows when that train comes to the station, whoever's in front of you, they gonna get it. Ask me how I know. That's what the man at the gas station got. Oh. Graham, how you doing with your watercolor? You starting paint on paper? I'm gonna let that go. We gotta let that go a little bit because I got that joy meter up and it just went back down a little bit. So we gotta slap some more paper. Gotta slap some more paint on some more paper. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Gotta paint some more. Gotta slap some more flowers. Because if you don't, jeez, if I ain't still sitting on here crying. I feel like January 2026, midnight. I feel like I did enough crying on YouTube. There's a video. Oh Lord. I was super angry. Wait, I was never. Okay, I read that. Carla says, "Oh, Mama died in 2013. I was painting in the basement a month or so ago. I pulled a long sleeve shirt of Mama's out of an old wardrobe. Oh, sniffed it to see if it was musty. Oh no, it still smelled. I have my son's shirt in a plastic Ziploc bag, and I probably sniff on it. I haven't sniffed on it since we've been here. We've been here 4 years. So I get that. My daughter, she had a shirt. It's all sniffed out. So it's done. And then I had a pillow, and my other daughter washed it, and it just felt like I lost her all over again. And she didn't understand. Just like, oh. But anyway, Carol says, my husband, we knew we had 5 years, and when he died, I was just lonely. No one to share my journey or listen to my stories, but we both grew over. Oh, Carol. Cookie, we are glad you have become part. Yes, we have few friends that showed up. We will we will see when we do Ord celebration of life who shows. Yes. You are so funny, Karen. I was there on the yes, Zal. There, see, there are witnesses. Oh my God, I couldn't even talk. I was crying so hard. Now I'm gonna stop because I just look. I ain't nothing but a bucket of tears. But they're good tears now. They're not sad tears because this is what I do. I thank God for the years I had my children. You know, even though they're gone now, and my oldest granddaughter, God has blessed me with 14, well 13. So it's 13 living. I think it's 13. Yes, 13 living. She was number one. Um, and then I also thank God for my children that are still. I still have five living children and two bonus children. So I still thank God for the good. I find the silver lining, but I still have to be honest with myself and say some days it just doesn't make it. Some days it just doesn't make it go away. I don't know how I want to say that nicely. I want to say it real the way I want to say it, but y'all know I use those words in my journal or my art journal. I don't like saying them out loud. I write them better than I say them. My daughters would tell you I only use foul language when I am pushed in a corner and I feel like you do not understand my good English. These good English words, when you kind of keep pushing and kind of keep tugging and kind of keep doing stupid stuff, I'd be like, "Oh, you part of the ignorant club. You need me to come out with some of them nice big words, and I believe I go from 0 to 60. I don't like that. I don't like being pushed in the corner like that. And I feel like some people they like watching, basically getting a rise out of you. Just like, God, why would you do that? Why you do that to people? Right? No. And that's what's going on in the world today. People like to see people hurting. Just don't understand it. So that's why I slap paint on paper. Also a sniffer. Yes. Welcome to the sniff club. Anybody else sniff? So it's I do, and listen, when Mr. McCoy was in the army and when he would leave and go, go away, I would put his shirt or his t-shirt or whatever. He'd have to wear it for a couple days because I needed a good long sniff. But now it's just like your scent smells different. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. His pheromones. So I think it's the food, something that sometimes when he eats his sweat, because I used to love to smell his sweat, or either that was just the beginning of this thing one. I don't know. And my kids they tell me that I have my own scent. It's like, yeah, you can't get away because people can smell you. I was like, I don't know, think is that a good or a bad thing? It's like, no, you have your own scent. Most of the time people's like, what perfume do you have on? I don't have anything on. Soap and water. Literally, soap and water, ivory. That's how it used to be. Now I like to smell myself, so I like to put something on that I can smell. I don't smell what everybody else smell. Oh Lord, the puppy is snoring up something. I'm so glad y'all can't hear him. That's beautiful. Inert. She was being funny. Yes, absolutely. That's what I call messy cry when mom passed. Um, but usually when I start crying, then I want to stop crying. So I think of something good, or I think of something that's going to make me laugh. I remember when my daughter was, she was probably like 8 or 9 years old. We were in the car, and Janet Jackson had just came out with Control. And so she was in the car and she was singing the song, and I was like, she was right behind me, and I could hear her like control. She wasn't saying control. And I was like, is she saying something else? And so when it came down to the lyric, when it came down to the chorus, and it said control, and she would be like, your toes. And so anytime when I get in a sad place with, thinking about her, I think about your toes. And that just makes me laugh so hard because she was embarrassed for one because I cut the music down, and I was like, "Your toes?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's what she's saying, your toes." And I never corrected her because I like when she would say that. She's like, "Your toes." Y'all know how we get the words to these songs. And then my son, when I want to hear him, it's a little easier because now I have, a lot of photos, I have videos. So it's a little easy. I have a video that I just kind of put on when I need to hear his voice. So it's a little easier. But with my daughter back then, we didn't have all this social media stuff like we have now. And if I want to go and, really hear my son, then I just go to his his Instagram and his Facebook page. They've already, they turn Facebook into memorial pages once people pass away. So that's another way. But if I really, really, really want to be like close to him, I just call and talk to his daughter because she's just the female version of him. Hi, Vicky. Oh, Carla says, have I told you about how much my mama loves Steve Harvey? No. How much? Y'all know I'm a Bernie Mac fan. Steve Harvey, all right, but I'm a Bernie Mac fan. Love me some Bernie Mac. I probably shed a couple tears when Bernie died. I was just like, oh no. Not the Mac. Love some Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac says the M and F word like I wish I could say it. Wait, why is that not coming? Like, what is wrong with you? Just put some paint in there and wake you up. What color are you? Are you supposed to be that bright? And these are my Daniel Smith watercolors. My mom didn't like my choice of lipstick when I was getting ordained right in front of the church. My mom wiped off my lipstick every time I put lipstick. I think of my mom. Now, Carol, what kind of lipstick was it? Was it red? What kind of lipstick? Her mom said only hookers and whores wore red lipstick. And I was just like, what? And red fingernail polish, that was I guess, the color that they had deemed demonic. I don't get it because I love red lipstick. And I just didn't understand how did a color becomes associated with something. Like, I didn't understand how, like, I don't understand a lot of these belief systems that they come up with. Like, how'd you come up with that? Right? It's just like God says that in the Bible that I read, in, the Bible, I have all translations, and it says in there, um, where it was, well, God sent his son to die for the sins of the world, right? And then when people come back and then um, they go and tell people, like, you got the corner people that say you're gonna die and go to hell. You need to repent, or you're gonna die and go to hell, or you're just gonna die and go to hell. I'm just like, yeah, are we though? That's like, wait a minute. So remember I told y'all me and my bonus son had a conversation, and we got to finish our conversation because he gave me the who, the what, the when, the where is where we left, where we are. It's a very good conversation, but I just don't like when people profess, and I'm gonna say it this way, and please, anybody, don't take it personal. It's just, this is over here at Create Joy Studio. This is my humble opinion. This is how I feel. I just feel like if you profess to say that you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and you believe that he died on the third day and rose again, and he's coming back, and God sent him, all of that. Y'all know all of that. And you've confessed Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, right? And then you don't like your neighbor, or you disown somebody because of the life choices. I don't understand how those two go together. Nor do I want to debate them. It's just, I pray for it. I be just like, God, what? Like, I see you sent your whole son to die for these people. Just like, and you want me to share? Like, sometimes when I have to be like, when I have to go and speak, I'd be like, you want me to tell them what? Oh Lord Jesus. I just don't understand. So that's my I feel like the greatest of these is love. We're supposed to just love on people. The judgment, that's God's business. That's not our business. That's God's business. We don't judge. We just should not judge. You know, like, for a long time, I cared about what my in-laws, thought of me. Married to Mr. McCoy and everything, because y'all know I told y'all how we met, and they just had so much to say. And it was just, I didn't understand how you could judge a person and didn't know me. And so it led me into a lot of anger, and just now I just don't give a darn. I pray for everybody, but I just don't understand. And they talk about, most people, when they say, oh, let's take it this way. Like, Eddie and I have had a conversation. It's like, how can you not love somebody because of somebody that they choose to love? Do you have a heaven or hell to put them in? I mean, I don't get it. And so me and Mr. McCoy, they just look at me like, it was last Sunday we were having this conversation, y'all, and I just don't get it. I don't want nobody to explain it to me, because again, it contradicts the word. And so, and then they go back and, of course, everybody have their say of what they feel and how they feel that, people, especially the what do we call it? I call them alphabet, because I can never remember all of them, but the LGBTQA plus community, I just don't understand how people just say, with a strong, I love God, I love the Lord, and then you say that you hate them, or you hate people in that community, or you can't. You can't love them. I don't understand. No, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Because now going from sad to angry. See, we're gonna walk these we're gonna walk these grief these steps out about different things. Let's keep these are cute. Okay, so these are some circles I found because yesterday I was pulling out all the things, sharing paper with Graham and the other people, whoever was on here that didn't, who's doing watercolor, and I found these. And so these are something I got off the Moo. I know it because when you see that, you know. But this paper right here, they're little circles, and the paper is amazing. But this is the Moo's version of 110 pound, I mean 100% cotton paper. And I actually like these. I actually like these. Oh wait, I gotta go back. I'll go back. I forgot. I got to talking and wasn't looking up. Okay, let's see what color that lipstick was. I look hideous with red lipstick. Okay. I don't remember, but I'm sure I thought I looked good. Maybe it was a washout, Carol. Was it a washout color? God, I wish you don't have a picture. You gotta find a picture. Find a picture and then laugh about it. Zell says, I rebuke that now. If I want to wear red, I wear it. I found a red lipstick once that looked really good on me. Now I'm looking for a new one. And no, I cannot be spending money on matte. Zal, find you a Mary Kay consultant. And I promise you, find your Mary Kay consultant and you will find the best red. That red lipstick. I'll try to remember to bring it in the studio tomorrow. Ah, I love it. And then I put a little gloss just to give it a little pop, pop. It'd be cute. You can't tell me nothing. Carla says she watched every and all shows he did. She watched Family Feud till she had them memorized. She said, Carla, come here and listen to what this ignorant said. Red lipstick is powerful for women, a sign of protest and political defiance. For that alone, red lipstick is a good thing. I agree. And I think I start wearing red lipstick in defiance of the fact that they said I shouldn't. I start doing a lot of things because they said I shouldn't, right? They said I shouldn't. And I was like, okay. Or they said I couldn't. And I was like, okay. Because, I was a mother. I was a mother at 14. I was a mother at 16. Oh, you're just going to be out there. You're just going to be on welfare. You ain't going to become nothing. You're going to be this, that, and the third. Well, I had to defy all odds. You're never going to get education. You're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. I look back and look at some of them people. I say, I guess that boomerang came back on you because it looked like you ain't never did nothing a day in your life. But then I'd be like, you know what? Do you need anything? Is there anything I can help you with? Because why? God said the greatest of these things is love. So I try not to stay in the flesh. Because y'all know I can get in the flesh and I can cuss them out. Well, y'all don't know that, but I'm telling you and when I say cuss folk out, I don't mean like Bernie Mac, because I never could do it like the Mac. I can't. But I just learned to use my education in ways that it'll have you wondering if I used a word that was just, darn, what the world did she say? I gotta go get the dictionary. I remember the first time I did it to Mr. McCoy. He was just like, "What you call me?" I was like, "I didn't call you anything. I said something." It's like, well, look it up. He's like, look it up. I gotta learn how to spell it first. Carol says, wonder why they try to use fear to bring. I don't know that. Now there's a question. I will go write that down. Rosemary said, and she said to never leave the house without lipstick. I don't wear lipstick. Is that what your mom said, Rosemary? I don't either. Don't worry. I don't want to debate it either, but yeah. Yeah, okay. That's the first command. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. God, I miss a lot. Excuse my poor typing. That's the first commandment that Jesus gave us. Love the Lord God with all your heart and mind. The second is love your neighbor. Absolutely. Happy Sunday. How does love and hate go together? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Stephanie. How are you today? Hello, Miss Karen. What do you do with all the florals you're painting? I put the good ones on cards, but I have a basket of paintings that I do not, that are not that good. But what do you do with your art? Oh, so I create cards, or, oh my goodness, I got, okay, well, let me walk it out as I look at them. I either create cards, depending on if it's one that I don't like and where I did it. Like these right here, they're probably going to be, no, I don't want no until the end of World Watercolor Month. Because at the end of World Watercolor Month, I don't really do anything with them until the end of until it's all over. But mainly, these would probably go on a card. So let's look at this. So we have this one. This is a card. Just forget we put the, what's that stuff? The grounds on there. So let's just act like we didn't. So I probably act like my flower's not on there. Okay. Oh, how about we do this? So I probably take it, put something like this, but it will have a background. I feel like I need to have one that we got blue. I don't like that black. Black. It's got blue. So I probably turn it into a card. I like that. So I like this. I would do an audition of what they would go on, and I would turn it into a card. Now you say, what do I do with the ones that just don't look so good? I would keep probably doing something else. Turn them into mixed media. Let's see. I think I have a basket of these. Yes, we do. This is a good example. This is a good example. I didn't like this one so much. Turned it into a card. Didn't like it, but I like it now that I've turned it into a card. It's gonna put it on a base. That one didn't like so much, but I like it now. Put a sentiment on it. This one was watercolor, like just like I'm doing now. I put a whole bunch of everything on here. So it was watercolor paper. It was probably flowers under there, something under there. So it turned it into mixed media. I love it now. Same thing. I cut this one up, stamped over it. So it depends on how much you love it or how much you don't love it. Depends on how much you don't like it if you want to make it look like this. But they're going to turn into something. This one I put on the gel plate. That was watercolor paper, some flowers under there, and then I cut that up. What else is in here? I think there's another. That one. So I'm going to do something with them. They'll turn into something. So if they don't stay this way, they'll turn into something. I've just learned to do something with them. And I have, and I'm going to send Adrian. She goes to the senior citizens where she lives. And so I'm going to send her a box of cards that I've made. And that way, I can share. So I hope that answers. I feel like I saw some at Karen over here. Hold on. I feel like, dun, dun, dun. Where'd it go? Our new friend stuff is just doing again. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it. Okay, that was the question I just answered. Yeah, I was trying to go back because a lot of people came in. Carla said Mama was on morphine when she was and had, yeah. One day she said, Carla, what's that black man doing over there? I said, what black man, Mama? She said, you don't see that? Was she seeing Steve? Or who was coming back to get her? Zal said, there is a red lipstick for everyone. There is. Step, I'm happy that you came back. And that was a good question. Remember, I am pinky white and blonde hair. I tried red. But Pinky, she said, Pinky, I would disagree. Julie Parker, I've seen your pictures. I would disagree. The picture you sent me in your wedding dress, I think you would look good with a certain shade of red. I do. We're not talking about bloodshed red, but yeah. I think I have a friend that still sells Mary. Yeah, I will have to. Yeah, text her and or either go online, marykay.com, and check out the colors. But I've that's where my first red came from when I was because y'all know I used to be a director with MK and did. Oh, those are good times. Okay, let's see. I think I'm caught up. Anybody got any questions? Anybody? Let's see. I was told. I was told to not wear white after Labor Day. I ignored that. Baby, I wear white whenever I want. And my grandmama still look at me crazy now. I be like, Grandma, we don't do that no more. Like, I didn't never understood. Why can't we wear white after Labor Day? I just never understood. Okay, for everybody just coming in, or just, you ain't just coming in, maybe. I'm backing up. This is your invitation. If you're not subscribed to the channel, here's your personal invitation. Do hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all, so that when I do go live, you will be notified. Because I want you to be notified, and come and hang out with us in the studio. Now, for at the beginning of the live, the first 30 minutes of the live, I put watercolor grounds, and my color was pearlescent white on here. I painted this white with watercolor grounds last night, and I slapped watercolor on here. Look at those. It is dried, and it looks as though there's no difference. The watercolor grounds are amazing. If you have something that you want to do, our new friend Steph is doing again. She would like to know what you do with your art. Oh yeah, I answered that one. Until we could not wear long hair over 50, and I'm 60 and still have longish hair. My hair is long. Wait, you can't wear, you were told not to wear long hair over 50? Well, hey Beth. Oh, I'll be on your channel, but I don't get in the chat. I usually get on there and be watching. I have to start saying hello so you know that I'm there. But these had watercolor grounds on it. That's how I was able to. These are regular wood blocks that I got at the dollar store. So they turned out pretty doggone good. I like them. So I'm going to turn them into mixed media. Now that I've watercolored on them, I'm probably going to put some other stuff on it. I don't know. I don't know. We just let them sit there until something comes in. And then we did backgrounds because it's sky. So we just slapped some paint on some paper too. The sky could be whatever color you want. All right, Carla says, big black man with all those white teeth standing by the fireplace. I thought a minute and said, oh, Mama, that's Steve Harvey. She just came by to check on you. Oh, that is so cute, Carla. Mom, seeing Steve all the way in. Thank you, got it. I can add stamps or acrylic or even put them on collage. Yes, the senior center is a great idea. My high school bestie works at one in town. Yes. See, and that way people get to share. Let me catch up because I'm way behind. I feel like Bitty Penny now. Like, let me catch up with my chat. My grandma was disturbed when I started wearing my new natural hair. Um, Zal, I'm looking at the card you sent me with the lady. How much of that lady is you? Let me think. Let me see. One, two, three, four. All my girls are natural. All of them have gone natural. I think I'm the only one that's still slap a relaxer in my head. And it was because I didn't get a relaxer until I was like 20. So I still feel like I got some time before I had natural enough. I'm good. Thank you, Beth. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed you come in, Beth. Okay, Julie Parker, you need to pop some samples on your wrist. I still think Julie Parker can handle a little red. And I'm not talking about bloodshot red because I don't wear bloodshot red, but I am talking about shades of red, like like a soft red. Natural curls, me. Yes, I am. Oh, Julie, your natural curls. I don't want natural curls. And my hair is on a ponytail right now just because it's growing and nobody wants me to get it cut. Let me show y'all. Did I show y'all the version of me that I want? Like, it's hair. It's just hair now. Like daughter number 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all of them are natural. Even my bonus daughter, she's natural too. And I keep the curls in it because it's the easiest thing for me to manage. But no, I want to be short again. And even daughter number 4, she's natural too. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this picture with me when I was bold. I don't know if I showed y'all that picture. I ain't had no hair, and I loved it. I loved me. It was in 2026. Let's go down there. So since Mr. McCoy has gotten this version of me with hair, he likes it. 2016. Okay, that's kind of it. That's it right there. See? We ain't have no hair. I could just you couldn't even run your fingers through it. Oh, look at my little fat face. I done lost a lot of weight looking at this picture. He has too. Sheesh. This was in 2016. We fine now. Yeah, I got it all cut off in 2016. And I loved every minute of it. And then for whatever reason, I let it grow back. I couldn't even begin to tell you why, but I let it grow back. And now that it's back, oh yeah, and y'all please pray for Senior McCoy. He's in rehab. Um, that's my that's William's papa. So he's in rehab right now. Because remember I told y'all he had to have surgery and had his foot amputated. Yes. Okay, that's it. So we can move on. But um oh, and another thing. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We gotta put our turtles in the water. We got turtles, 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 watercolor, and I'm going to kind of plop it in. So we got get our stamp. Where is it at? Turtles, turtles, more turtles. That one's kind of too big, so we'll do the little one. Yeah, let's do the little one. Let's do the little one. And get our ink. And remember I told y'all I took my stencil. So I'm gonna put the turtle. I want to stencil this one just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I can show you that you can use your stencils with watercolors too. So let's see what colors we got. Green. We got to go in with a dark color. Let's go in with this color over here. No, not being perfect. Just slap the paint on the paper in the holes. Get it in the holes. Just like get in there. And you have to kind of go over it very gingerly, depending on when you wet your watercolors. I like that. Okay, now let's stamp. And Stephanie was asking about the prints when they don't come out. Oh, Stephanie, this is another one I did too. This is a good example here. This one had flowers on that, so that's a watercolor. I've just turned this into a tag. This one too. And these over here, that's what I'm going to do with these. So these are all flowers that I turned the paper. So when I cut the paper out, I cut it into tags. Right. And so these right here, I wrote on them. And then I'm going to do the same thing with these that I did with these. So if that helps a little bit more. All right, let's get our turtle. Turtle, turtle. And no, that wasn't the sky. That's the land, but that's the sea. And we're going to kind of make our turtle. Turtles jump out of the water, y'all? I don't know. Mine is. He look good. Turtles be on the ground, so we put a turtle there. Turtles. And then we're gonna make this one a couple because this one's got a lot of water. This is definitely the ocean. All right, hold on because My turtle needs to be green. I'll put some embossing powder on it. Blake done woke up, so that means I've been on. He usually wakes up after about an hour looking at me like I gotta go potty. And there he goes to the door. Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming, buddy. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Hold on. Let's get a little bit on the nose. There we go. And this one. I like turning. I really do like putting my artwork in my art journals. I really do like doing that. Or you cut them out when you cut your flowers out. You can do that. They call it, they call it fodder. I call it cutting them out and putting them in my art journal. Okay. We got all our turtles are ready to be hit with the heating tool. He done went back over there, so I guess he ain't got to go out no more. Excuse me. Where's my, so we can get this. Stephanie, I personally think long hair is easier. I spend too much time messing with product. Yes, yes. So long hair is easier for me to throw in a ponytail. But when it was short, man, it was easy for me to just wrap it. Just as short as I had it. I had it. That was short. All I had to do was just kind of bang it down. Um, I I have just enough weave in my hair for it to stick out in all directions. I have three crowns and a cowlick. Not a cowlick. Oh goodness. Now it's just pull it up when it does. Yeah. Yes, I can agree with that. I had to go pretty short in 2020 when I had surgery, braided, and now textures instead to relax. I don't think I go. Yes, my hair is extremely thick and couldn't manage. Yeah, that's why I keep a relaxer, Paula K, for that thick, because how thick it is. I broke the brush the other, like last week. I have not seen anyone use watercolor with a stencil. Thought you used acrylic or paint sticks. Stephanie, listen, girl, this your world. You can do what you wanna. But let me tell you something about a stencil. Ooh, that stencil had a lot of paint on it. So let me show you something. Because you just look, let me show you something. You can use a stencil that way, or you can use a stencil. Let me see this one. Let's get us another piece of paper. Or you can take the stencil and use it this way. And then you cut this out. So this is another way to use your watercolors because you can't put it on your gel plate. I mean, you can, but with the watercolors, that ain't, that's, I didn't try it. You gotta wait till you take it off. But let's say this here. We take this color. I should have used yellow, but you just take this here color and you just go in, especially if you want the flower to be very, very pretty. And I say get a stencil that's going to lay flat because you don't want the paint to kind of go up under there. So you kind of just go over it with the pigment, right? That one's okay. Want to stay within, and it's the only time you kind of stay within the lines of the stencil. Well, it's like don't threaten me with a good time. Be like, and we'll slap some paint. We what at the end of the day, we just want to slap some paint on some paper for the fun sake of it. Now, the way I started doing this was when I was collaging in my mixed media, when I would do mixed media. And this is how I would do it. I would take the watercolor and put it through a stencil. So I'm glad I thought to do that. It just comes second nature for me. All right, there's that flower. Now let's go down here and put this one, slap the paint in. And you need a bigger brush for like, well, this one's a big stencil. So I just got a big brush and big body. I'm just going kind of on the inside. This stencil got a lot of paint, acrylic paint on it. But when you have one that really don't have a lot of paint on it, it'll lay flat. But look at that. Just slap her down. We ain't got to worry about it going all the way under there. And I don't go all the way under there because I don't want it to really, bleed. But this is another way that you can possibly work on your watercolor flowers. If watercolor flowers is your jam. Wait a minute, that one there, we're missing this one. Gotta see where the petals are. And that one, is that a petal? No, is that a petal? Mm, let's put our dots in. Kind of just go dot, dot, dot. You ain't got to put them all in, just dots the center. Oop, oop. And this is Christy Hartman's stencil. You can get over at PM Artist Studio. I'm quite sure a link will be popping in. Oh, there it is. What you say? Whoop, there it is. Okay, I see. Let me see. Zal said that is from an actual picture. My hair was natural in that. I just pulled it back. Okay, so I like that. So you have the look. So Zal, that's the look, daughter number 4 and bonus daughter. Their hair is, well, they have it, I don't know what to call it. It's the twist where it's locked and stuff like that. It's like that. And they get it done every 6 months or so. So cool. Cool, 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 cool. I haven't, okay, and then you said, I love your flower stencils. I did get a tag maker, which I forgot about and have used. Thank you for the reminder suggestion. You see what I said above? I got it now. Cookie made sure I saw it. Julie Parker said the only product I use to leave in conditioner to put the curl defining moisturizer. Carla, yep, right up front, my brother. When he had hair. Uh, Mr. McCoy is bald, so I call him, he has that Eddie Munster look, so he's bald. So with this right here, there's a little example, and I realized this is not watercolor paper. So this is almost like hot press paper, hence the water. But this is another way of making your flowers, right? And then you get another brush. Well, let's get a smaller brush. And then you can go in with the smaller brush. And if you want it to be more defined, then you come around and kind of slide that. And it could help you, with your definition or whatever if you want to be direct. See, look at that. I wish this was on watercolor paper now, but it's not. But that turned out good. So right here, I would like for my boots to be more round because I didn't boop it out, like round it out to make those more round. Oh, y'all remember yesterday I showed y'all the leaf? I found the tree. And it is a lily tree, but it's way in the back. I have to keep looking up. It is very tall to see it bloom. But it's called a lily tree because it really looks like it's a big old tree with lilies. Now, that one right there kind of got under there, so we're gonna kind of drag that out. To worry. Let the body pick it up. See the body, not the tip. But then when you pull it out, then you tip it out, and there's the tip of the flower. And the other thing with this is you could take this and cut this, like cut it out, and then put it in your journal. So let me show you something else. Good job, buddy. That's a good job, buddy. No, love you too. Do you want to go outside? Come on. Come back and knock on the door when you. Hopefully, he'll come back to the studio door. Okay. So I'm gonna let this dry, but I am gonna use this. I'm gonna use this. Um, I do twist outs, but I've been wearing Bantu knots now. Okay, I know. Yes, gotcha. Those are pretty. I wish I could. I like to change too much. I don't know if I'd get mad and have to cut it off. I don't know. We got everybody. Okay. So this right here, what did I do with my frog, my turtles? Because I don't want to mess it up because they can wait all day. Once you put the stuff on it, you can wait. So this is another art journal. Let's see. This one goes, yeah, this way. I made this one with my this is some Tim Holtz paper. I mean, not paper, fabric. Love it. So let's see. And the paper that's in here, I made with, y'all know how you get packing paper. So this is made with packing paper. This is regular, the book. I made it with packing paper. A lot of packing paper. And when you go to the summer, I mean, during Christmas time, when Hobby Lobby have that brown paper on sale, you can get it. I got me about 3 rolls. I'll have to probably re-up this year because I used it for the grandkids last year. So you got gel prints on there. You slap some paint on some paper, right? Acrylic, watercolor, it doesn't matter. And then you bring it all together. These are some gel prints. Uh, this isn't the one. I don't think this one has the watercolor in it. But this is a good example of all of the stuff. Just kind of put it. Oh, see, that's a watercolor. Put it here. I think that must be that book over there. I think. That's watercolor on there. This one was a watercolor background that I took and gel printed over. Uh, but it's just that one. No, this one was watercolor. And I gel printed over. So most of my prints had start gel printing over. And then of course I got my own designs and I start stamping them everywhere. 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 Because I needed to get just have it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That acrylic paint. Let's hold on. Let's not let that happen again. Put that right there. Keyholes wasn't very nice. Ooh. Granddaughter's work. Put it in the book. Azalea's work. I put it in the book. Watercolor and acrylic. Acrylic. Miss Karen, whose stencil was that? And my hubby is also bald. He has been told he looks like an overweight Vin Diesel. Ooh. Mr. Pearson's did not lose the brightness away. Which stencil? The stencil that I used, or oh Lord, which stencil? I'm gonna need to know. The stencil that I use, this one or this one? Let me know. We'll get you a link. All we ask, if you hit that link this week, give it a minute because they're on vacation. Or is it a stencil that was in this book? Because I did use stencils in this book. That's Becky's. That's Darcy's. That's Becky's keyholes. That is actually under there. I think that's Yolan's up under there. That's Darcy's forest floor with my flowers. Then pop dots. Y'all know me, I love my pop dots. That's Becky's. That is Eddie's. Stephanie, are you on live chat? I have dropped the stencil links that Karen. Yeah, so yeah. Let me know. Let us know. Let us know so we can catch up because I want you to know. And remember, y'all hit that live. You gotta hit that live. That pop dots, wasn't that purple pop dot pretty? That purple pop dots is very, very pretty. That one is very pretty. And the way I got that was to position the pop dot separate from the way it was. There was, oh, she said okay, that journal cover is beautiful. Did you create it? Yes, it's fabric. Yeah, I think you're behind. I think you might need to hit that live a little bit. Okay, yeah. I can tell by the comments, and I think Cookie can too. These are flowers. These are acrylic flowers. This is way back in the beginning when I started slapping paint on paper. Before I really knew what I was doing, I was just swirling the paint around, just literally slapping paint on paper. So now we're doing it with a purpose. This is the flip watercolor on the back, and then just the flip our paper. So this isn't the, see, granddaughter's painting or grandson. Can't remember. Oh wait, hold on. Granddaughter. And then leaves. So we're teaching them how to do leaves. Put their stuff in there. Yeah, if you don't put some in there, that's what you're gonna get. And when y'all be talking about what I do with my scraps, I literally put them in after watching, like I said, Lisa and Tammy. I now just slap them in the book. I don't worry about it and use it for a background later. Okay, these are, oh, that's not coming off. I'm not even gonna try. Yep, that one. And this is the last signature, and that's a girl. See that girl, that face in there? And I want to say that's Dina Wakely's stencil, I think. And then my brayer off from when I did brayering. I did intentional brayering and put that in the book. Same. So now I'll probably go back and stamp some more. See, I stamped that and put my stamps on there. Back in the beginning, this is a way back when. This is back in the day. Now acrylic, I do roses a whole lot different. I'll probably do some acrylic roses. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so this is a signature. I sewed this book in. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures with a spine that one of them has already escaped. So I'm not going to worry about fixing it. But that's that one. So these are some of the things I do. And then you ask about, that's another one. This is actually on canvas, watercolor on canvas. Did some watercoloring on this canvas and then put the girl, which was napkins, on here. That's literally on a canvas. Same thing. So this one has some grounds on it because it has watercolor. So it's a mixed media piece. It's not done yet. So it's got some pop dots on it. You know, it started out being just a regular, like I put the grounds on parts of it and put the watercolors on there, which you can kind of see up under there. And then I went over it with Carrie's roses. It kind of didn't fall quite where I wanted it to, but it's a work in progress. So it's just something else. You painted it with watercolor and set it aside to dry. So this one got painted with, it started out with watercolor on the base. I did it with the ground. So I covered the canvas with watercolor, same as with this one. And then after it dried, then I came back in with watercolor. So watercolor, then I put the napkins on it, then I put some glue on it. So it turned into a mixed media. So it's more than just watercolor. I have a roll that I put on my table up to, yeah, I see. With the large petals and dotted centers. But this right, you know what? As a matter of fact, since we got our grounds out, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Do it again. with large petals and dotty centers. Yes, that's Christy Hartman. Yeah. And so if you go order the Christy Hartmans now, I know that Mariah and Brad are on vacation. I don't know if that's going to put a delay if you order it today because they just start their vacation. So I'm saying if you order anything, you click on the link and order anything, just kind of give it's more than its usual time because they're on vacation. Alicia, I was wondering if I was going to see you today. Okay, so this is watercolor grounds. These are watercolor grounds, and mine happens to be iridescent white. And I think it is great to come back in. So that way tomorrow, I'll probably save this because it'll need 24 hours, they say, to dry. But it depends on what you're putting it on. And being that I'm putting it on this canvas, I'm going to give it a minute. Okay, put it there, put it there. And let's kind of put it down here. Oh, look at that texture. It's going to be great to paint over. Look at that. So, World Watercolor Month 2026. We're going to put some watercolor grounds down and we're going to paint that. No worries, Alicia. No worries. No worries. Hey, I only got 31 days of world of painting. It's okay. It's okay. And Team Replay, thank you because Team Replay has been doing its thing as well. I can say the analytics, I feel like the people miss me because before I used to go live like every other day or whatever. And then I got a schedule and then I got a life and start doing things. Then I got a business and I'm just like, oh goodness. So I feel like I maybe need to pop on a little bit more because the analytics says so. Analytics says YouTube is happy to have you back. I was like, well, okay then. Let's see. Karen, she is behind in the stream. I don't think she is reading the chat. Okay. Okay, so that would be it won't do no good for me to say anything, huh? Beth says, explain the watercolor grounds. Okay. How about I show you? Because you know I'm better at showing. Okay, we just put these watercolor grounds on there. Let's see. Sorry to overstep. Please will you explain how to pop out the chat if Steph doesn't know how? Oh, yeah, that's true too. Hold on, let me think. Oh, okay. So the pop out, if you're on your mobile, I'm reading chat. I think I hit the live button. Okay, she's here. Thank you. Stephanie's with us now. Okay. Look, we be wanting you to be here. We want you to be live. But if there is somebody that is on your phone, if you're on a mobile device, you're going to have to close the chat so that you can look. Let me show you. It's better if I show you. Let me cut the volume down. I'm just one of those people. I learn by people showing me. So for those that get it, you get it from me talking about it. But let's see if my video pops up and I'm on. No, somebody else is on. Your videos. No, I don't want that. I don't know what that is yet. Can you give me my videos? Every time I do this, I have to go through all of this. Be like, okay, there's the playlist. Is you not gonna give me? There we go. Cut me down. Okay, don't pay attention to all that foolishness I just went through. Okay, here's the chat. So see right here, you can't see anything. But if you go over here and you hit the X, you got the thumbs up. So you get the thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up now while I'm showing you. You get the thumbs up. But you also have to tap the screen and see where it says live. Hit that live. I'm actually live, so it won't go. But if it's way back here, right? And you're way back there and you're commenting on what you're seeing now, then we can tell because of what you're saying in the chat. So you go back and you hit live and that brings you live. That's how that works out. Zippy, hello. I had already thumbs up myself, so but that's how you do it on anybody's live, anytime. And usually when you go onto a live and you're not live or you don't feel like you're live, my son called me. I guess he's gonna say every time I try to call her, she's not answering. Um, if you're looking at the chat and the chat seems like it's somewhere different, that's it. You just need to hit the live button. That's all. Okay, now let me go over here so I can explain to Beth what I was saying. Watercolor grounds. I've already put the watercolor grounds, right, on this canvas. So we got to let that dry. Although it also looks dry, but we're going to let it dry. Here is this is what it looks like after, because I put watercolor grounds on the wood last night, and then I came back this morning, right, because the watercolor grounds, it's very loosey-goosey. This one is. You can get it in any color. Daniel Smith, this one is actually pearlescent white. And then you paint whatever it is. So this is what it looked like. It was regular wood, right? Nothing on it. And you couldn't watercolor on it because if you did, the watercolor was gonna suck into it. It's gonna, not gonna do this. So watercolor grounds is kind of like, I would say, maybe putting some foil in a pan, and then what's in the pan and the foil won't get in under the pan, and it's gonna keep it so when you take it out, maybe, I don't know, that might work, I don't know. So it's kind of like gesso with more tooth. I could say that, yeah. Yeah, so it's like a gesso with a lot of tooth. Yes. And you know what, because you really couldn't see it on here, let me put it on, we put it on some, oh, here you go. We also put it on here. So this one, because it's pearlescent, you get to see it. So now this really is dry. I could probably go back and do some watercoloring on that, but it says wait 24 hours when you put it on something. So I'm gonna do the back side of this, and you get to see, because I'm not gonna paint it. So I'm just wanting to do it for experiment sakes, so you can see. But see, it has a lot of layering. It's like putting when you're painting a house and you put a primer on. But that pearlescent, I love that pearlescent. That's just it. And you really can't see it on here. I got it to put it on other stuff, but you really couldn't see it. So the outcome is, and when you finish with your brush, put it in water to clean it. Don't let it sit in the brush. But the outcome is, it's just like paper. It was just like paper. It went on just like I put it on there, and it did so good. Grit in the paint. Put it, let's see. Yes, grit in the paint, a little bit, a little bit. But there is a difference. So when we're talking about gesso and watercolor grounds, there is a difference. Now, when you go into the science of it all, I really can't tell you. I would just say go a deep dive, and maybe because people I've saw on YouTube, when I started using watercolor grounds like 3 years ago, I thought the gesso would serve its purpose, but it doesn't. Gesso doesn't do what the watercolor grounds, and so there is a difference. So kind of go and do a deep dive, and um I feel like P has explained it over on PMR Studio. I kind of feel like maybe she has. I'm not sure. Watercolor ground is an absorbent acrylic based primer that transforms almost any surface like canvas would, yes, into an area that accepts and behaves like traditional watercolor paper. Yes, I would say yes to that. And I feel like it's some more information to that, because primer is the one thing. Yeah, I'm not expert on it. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna say kind of go down the dive. The reason it makes sense to me now is because I started using it like 3 years ago when somebody said that I needed to do something different with my watercolors. I mean, to do something different with paper or whatever. I think we were doing a project and they said, get you some watercolor grounds. And so I did. And I did. I always do what I'm told. And if it looks like a good time, then y'all know, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm ready for it, right? So it does prime the surface, but I still think it behaves a little different than gesso. I will say that. And then you can get the watercolor grounds in different with Daniel Smith. This one is Daniel Smith. That's why this one is pearlescent white. So don't let me be the expert in watercolor grounds, because y'all know I'm just over here to have fun. That's it for me. I'm not here to educate. I want you to go and find out all the things and find out what works for you in your studio, right? I'll lead you to the water, but I can't help you drink it. I can show you how to have fun with it, but and you start when people start asking questions about some of it, sometimes I'll be like, wait a minute, I don't know. Nor do I feel like I need to get educated up on it either, because I'm just having fun. Y'all know why? Because it makes me happy, it makes me have joy. And if I got to start learning so much about it, then I don't want to do it. But look, so there it is, watercolor. And the reason I say it's different from gesso because I've done gesso in my Bible when I was doing Bible journaling, and it didn't behave the same. So I don't know. Now this isn't 100% dry, but it still did a good job. And that's going to sit on top of there. It's not going to absorb into the paper. And this is regular old cardstock, my card base that I use. So, but y'all pay attention to God. I feel like Alicia know what she's talking about over there. Sound like she expert, professional. That's what I want to say. A professional. Typically a blend of finely ground calcium. See, chalk, whiting, clay. See what I'm saying? Sounds very professional to me. Watercolor ground is packed with porous, thirsty solids that mimic the texture. See, that sounds like a professional to me. She say, "LOL." Copy and paste from Google. Still, you went further than I did. Alicia, listen, that's what we need to do because somebody asked the question, and I thank you for giving Beth that information. And also, because y'all know I like to do stuff outside of the norm of what they say we're supposed to do with it. That's why I was ready to, slap some paint on it and do something crazy with it. I was. And I did a little bit. And wherever the watercolor, because y'all know if I can put my watercolor somewhere, I want to and do. All right, let me get my ink. So let's see how big it is. Do we need the little one or the big one? I think I want the big love. We want a lot of love. We want a lot of love. Miss Google, she show out sometime, and sometimes I like to educate a little bit, but I have to have understanding of it. Like with gouache, it took me a year to really explain gouache to me, no less trying to explain it to somebody else. So I stopped using gouache on my lives because it's just like until I understand it, I know what it does, but until I really can explain it, because I had a lot of questions about it. It's like, what's the difference in acrylic gouache and watercolor gouache? And I was like, that's a good question, Karen. I was like, well, I don't know. So now it's like I say, gouache is like a stained glass. One's a shower glass. If you have a shower glass that has like that, you can kind of see through it. And then the stained glass, you can't see through it. Ooh, let's put this on here and see. Ooh, I just want to do it. Let's see. Oh, I like it. I love it. But I love gouache. I love gouache and watercolor. I do. I only used the clear on glass, but it did leave a slightly milky mark. I'd love to see. Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, there's nothing on you. All right, let's get you. Let's see, maybe the little grace. Yeah, let's put a little grace there. That love. We wanted a lot of love. Gonna give some grace on this one. Oh, and then the other thing I'm gonna do with this, because y'all know Tammy says we have to ink them edges. And I'm gonna like go with this around here to kind of do that. So when I do put it on the paper to make it a card base, it's gonna kind of, go in. This is ink distress. Gotta ink those edges, right? And then we got some grace on there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh, we can even let's put some love on there with that grace. So we can remind ourselves to give people that we love some grace. Because it says that we're supposed to love everybody. All right, there's that. Let's put a little love over there. Oh, I love it. I love it. And this is my handwriting, y'all. Like, let me show you. He's like, is it? Let me show you. Let's see what this pen is. That's a good one. So on this one, we're gonna put some grace right there. Let's put some love down here and put some joy in there. Grace, who are we missing? Grace, love, joy, peace. We do all of that because we want our peace. Peace. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And you can get these over at PM Artist Studio. Boop, boop. Because I reeled them out and they turned them into little ones and big ones. Well, isn't that beautiful? So this one I'm going to take and we're going to do some distress ink. There. Okay, I'm going to send you a message. If I remember, if I decide I want to do it, then I'll send you the message. Or if I figure out how to do it, that's more like what I'm saying. There we go. And then we're going to take, where's my little stamp? Because I had a butterfly stamp. Where'd it go? Y'all see it? Oh, there it is. But y'all know y'all have all these stamps. Use them. Don't just keep them. Use them. We got to use this stuff because if we don't, then once we're gone, our family is just gonna take it to the Goodwill store and pass it on to somebody else. So at least let it be used up. Use it up. Did I miss a question? Are your love stamps from PM Artists? Yes, Beth, they are. So yes, they are. These right here you can get over at PM Artist Studio. I am a designer, guest designer with PM Artist Studio. So anything in my stamps. So I have my stamps, I have my flowers, and then the one that came out in June was my inspirational words, which is the one May the Grace, basically all the things. So yes, you can get all the things over at PM Artist Studio. And I say if you go and place an order, you should happen to click on the link and place an order. Give them a minute because they're on vacation, just in case. It takes outside the norm. Oh, I love that. Let's get some more ink on that. I feel like it didn't get all of it, but we're not going to worry about it. We're going to put it right there. And I could go and emboss him, but I'm going to leave him alone. I'm not going to emboss him. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Mine will throw mine in the trash. So, Carla, to keep that from happening over here at Create Joy Studio, mine is being, they can't do that. Mine is being given to my arty granddaughters. Now, if they get older and decide that they don't want to do it no more and I'm still living, then I'll have to change it. And then, of course, I'll leave it to be designated to my choice of charities or whatever. I don't want it to, I definitely don't want them to throw it in trash. Okay, do I have another one? I feel like we got another one. Where's it? I got this one and this one. Where's the other one? Oh, I didn't do it too. Oh, oh, we did love on that one. I only did three. I thought I did more. Well, we did those three. So we did do a lot. We did. We did. Oh, let's put a butterfly on here. Where's my, let's put a butterfly on here. There's a butterfly that I have. I couldn't find it. I'm going to have to put my designers in their own little cubby with their designs because when I be wanting to use them, I need to be able to pick them up. Pick 'em up because I like using the designer stamps. There we go. We might can get another one on there. Right up there above love. Look at that. I told Joe to pack up big boxes of my stuff and mail it to my chat room people. Now, you know what, Beth, that would be a great idea. Maybe along this journey, right? Like seriously, that will be a cool idea. Like that's leaving it to people that you know is going to use it, right? Are you going to spray a fixative on when you're finished? So when this is done, usually I would put embossing on it. So I will let it dry a little bit, but once it's done, and I'm done, then it's gonna get what do you call it? Dorland's wax. Most of my watercolor flowers that I turn into cards, they do get Dorland's wax on them. So that's the finishing that I use. This little puppy right here, Dorland's wax medium. And you can get yours over at Blick Studio. There is an affiliate link. But I feel like it's screaming emboss me, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm not going to. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna let it dry. Let those dry. Let's see, I like that. Let's put a butterfly right there. A little bit. And then let's see if we got a little bit love left in here. We don't need a lot. We're just gonna stamp out what's left in the do we got some grace? Yes. Do we have some peace? Yes. And do we have some joy? Maybe a little bit. Just a little joy. A lot of joy. There we go. A little bit. I think the wood turned out great. Look at that. I like that. So in this one, I might pull out some, some of my people or something like that to see, for one, is it going to stick to the wood? For one. And for two, what am I going to do with it? Like it could be a thing that sits up or it can hang, because these I think I got for Christmas. So I'll probably cut this off. I don't know, paint around it. I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna let it talk to me. I'll leave it out and it can talk to me. All right, just since I got this out, this starts screaming at me. Say, stamp me a little bit. It's like, okay, I'll stamp you a little bit. You don't need a lot. Put a little bit of that on there. Yeah, we're gonna put piece across here. Love it. I like that. I like that. Then I put piece across there. All right. Hoping one of my kids will want some of it. Are you going to? Oh, I did that one. Carrie has some nice butterflies. I think it's Brad's butterfly, but yeah, Carrie has some. Karen has some Karen has some PM butterflies. They were too big for today's use. Oh wow, my card is filling up. Enable alert. Listen. Make sure you use your points. Don't be like me and let them expire. Like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna leave that because we can still add some more to it, but I like to have that. So for those that have not seen this stamp, I'm gonna stamp it out. Let's stamp it out. I really think that I like that idea what Beth says. Is having, send it to people that you know for sure that they will use it. But I think right now, if my granddaughters were to inherit my studio right now, Lord knows they would be happy. The sewing machine goes to someone specific. It doesn't stay. And then y'all know I just bought 2 boxes. I have 2 boxes in my studio. So I don't know. But it definitely won't get thrown in the trash. That's for sure. All right, now I'm gonna take this because this already has green on it, and y'all know me. I love embossing my designs once I ink them out. And my desk was not ready for embossing powder today, but hey, it's okay. It's okay. That's going to be very much so beautiful. Put that on that card. There we go. And I'll stamp it out. Not stamp it out, but I'll wad, put the heating tool on it with the turtles all at the same time. So this stamp right here says, it actually says, may the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life. Keep the joy flowing no matter what happens. You are worthy of it all. Love you first so you can have peace always. That's what this says right here. So let's get the heating tool and then we're going to get on off of her. Keep y'all always Sunday. Let that heating tool get heated up a little bit. Carla, we are forming a line here in the chat for it. Shipping container. Yeah, so our friend Laura can have her pick of everything else in the local senior center. Now, the local centers, that would be good too. I just want people to, that's going to use it. I definitely don't want to throw it away. Nor do I want it memorialized. And I believe Mr. McCoy will memorialize it. Judy, happy Sunday. Welcome to World Watercolor Month 2026. We done did some slapping some paint on some paper. And we can slap some paint on some wood. I feel like today we've done a lot, which usually is what happens when I need to get my joy back. And I'm feeling a little low. I do a lot. I like that. And that's my handwriting too. And we put turtles in the water. Here in the meantime, I'm not complaining. You needed the company today. Listen, don't threaten me with a good time. I got nothing to do. I ate before the live too. Because I can slap some paint on some paper. And if all else fails, well, I pull that gel plate out. But I'm going to still be here in the studio anyway. Is it right? Oh, that puffer got the puppy outside. Let's see. He come back. I don't think he outside doing something. Mr. McCoy should be done came home. I'm not sure. I left the lights on, so I don't know. You're not watercolor, you're working on card. That's cool. Put our turtles in water. So we did today's live for World Watercolor Month was paint the sky. And my skies didn't necessarily have to be blue. Remember, skies could be whatever color you wanted it to be. So we just really slapped some paint on some papers. And then I stamped the turtle, put the turtle in the water. And this one, we also used our stencil to put some designs on there for watercolor, with watercolor. Oh, the other one, let me show you, the other one should be dry too. Actually use the stencils. Okay, everything is, all our turtles are done, so we're good. That is done. Look at that. Oh, and then we got blessings and grace over there because I had already written on that. But this was from the background we did yesterday. Okay, Blake is back. Hold on, let me let him in. So, Putty, good job. Went and did what we had to do and came back. He's turning out to be such a good guy. Thank y'all. Thank you, Paula K. The boys said they're just gonna get a dumpster. Oh Lord, Rosemary, can you just tell them to take it to the Goodwill or, like you said, box it up? Just give it away. Where's my butterfly? Let's stamp him off somewhere. I use our ink. Uh-oh. Karen, you do have a glass top desk, so don't throw stuff. I have 42 by 70-inch glass top on my desk. I don't know what made me just throw this block on my desk. Don't know. All right. Alicia said, I got to get y'all. Husband, hubby wants to watch a movie. Love and peace. See you later, Alicia. Thank you for hanging out. Goodbye. Good crafty people. Have a good evening. I will tune in tomorrow. All right, Ava Lee. I'll see you tomorrow. There we go. So the other thing I wanted to share was these. I did these yesterday. Remember the backgrounds we had yesterday? So I did these. And what I was going to do is kind of put them here. Not that one. And what I also do with my stencils, if I want some flowers on them, so we put them up like this. Put them all, so basically they're going to line up like a piece of paper. I need one more. That right there, and put this right there. So we already got a stencil down. And that'll work. And let's see. We're gonna get whatever, wherever it lays. Y'all, my Eliza J dress that I had on yesterday, it has this color on it now. Cause I don't know what made me come in the studio with it on. I didn't mean to. I did the live and knew I was gonna be doing watercolor, and I knew I wasn't gonna mess it up, but I messed it up. So we got paint on top. We're gonna lay that down there and take that. Now we got that on there. But this watercolor, we don't waste nothing. Now we got 10 designs on that. And this other one, because it's already got some stuff on it, so I'm just gonna kind of put that flower on there. Because we're building it up. So building each card up. I use Dawn. Carla, I put Dawn on it. My mama said Dawn, if it can get grease off a duck, it can clean anything. Yeah. It's like, you're right. So we got this one. Let's see. Maybe can still a little wet right here. So all I'm doing is picking up wet paint. And that was gloss acrylic. Dana Wakley's acrylic spray. So just put it in there. Just a little bit. And now we're gonna lift this up. Now every card doesn't have, it's not full, but every card has a little bit of a flower on it. So that's something else that I do to build up my watercolors, papers, because up under here, these were all watercolor backgrounds. Remember we did yesterday. Each one is a background. So in the process of building them up to make them look, something like this, That's the process of how I've started because other people do stuff differently. So, you know me, I'm all about slapping some paint on some paper or just slapping it down, letting it do what it do. Now, this one right here is kind of screaming from some of that yellow, but these are not the sprayers. So this spray sprays. As you can see, everything up here got sprayed. So what I would do is none of these are kind of wet. Well, that one might be wet a little bit. I'd be like, share with your friend. Just share a little bit with your friend. See if we can get a little bit. So see, we got a little yellow on there. Just a little bit, just to add some texture, something else to it. So that's something else you can do. When you continue with these, once they get dry, right, you can go back and stamp over them. So the watercolor is still in the background. It's not going anywhere unless you saturate it with water. And now that I've kind of showed you what to do with the watercolor grounds, you can put some watercolor grounds maybe in a corner and draw another flower. Or you can do whatever you want to do. If you can think about it, I just want you to do it. You know what I mean? If it's going to make you happy, and you don't know if it's going to make you happy until it makes you happy, or until you do it and it makes you happy, right? So here we go. This is all we did today. Did that. We did that. I like this idea. We did these. We slapped a lot of paint on paper, slapped paint on wood. Did that. That one. Did that one and that one and that one. See, the desk is still filling up. And that one. I really love this one. I love them all. They all make me happy. So hanging out with y'all today has made me very, very happy. Dawn also been used to kill yellow jackets. I did it. Really? Didn't know. Would you put it in something and sprayed it? Huh. I never knew that. So again, if you do go over and purchase any of my stamps or my flowers or anything that you've seen today from PM Artist Studio, just give them some time because they're on vacation. So I don't know if you're going to purchase something that they already have. But if not, I just like for you to give them a little grace because they're giving themselves a lot of grace and peace and happiness right now because they're on vacation. And I'm super duper happy about it. Right. But P and Josh are in the studio. So on Tuesday, because they were there this morning, if you missed it, go check out Team Replay. But Josh is helping out with the audio and in the studio with P. So they'll be there Tuesday. All right. Thank you guys. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. It'll be my regular time, but we'll be continuing World Watercolor Month. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all, so that you can be notified when I do go live. Because I am here all July for World Watercolor Month. Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night, good evening, good morning. Because some of y'all, it's already Monday. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. See you later.